Hello everyone and welcome to Expand Your Skills, another video on using JotForm to its full potential. This will be the first video in a series of bite-sized chunks where I hope to build a fairly complex form in easy to understand stages, starting today by showing how to use icons in your questions. So I've logged into JotForm and here we are ready to start our new form. We're going to work with the classic form rather than the card form. So we click on and go through. And I apologise, I for some reason have the slowest internet in the world today. So that's not a reflection of JotForm, that's delay, that's my internet speed. But we'll get there in a moment. Here we are, and the start of a blank form. So to begin with, let's give it a name because form is very impersonal. So just double click on it, and we're going to call it the Expand Your Skills Vet Practice Registration Form. A bit long-winded, but tells the tale. And we're going to need a few questions. So by opening up the form elements here, what do we want? We're always going to want somebody's name, aren't we? So we'll just click and drag that across. We're going to want some contact information. So I have an email address. We'll have a telephone. And do we want a postal address? Yes, we probably wouldn't, we? So we'll just bring an address over as well. That's all pretty standard stuff. By clicking on each of the individual boxes, like so, and by pressing the cog, we can make these questions compulsory. Okay, so required is off, make it on, because obviously we're going to want somebody's name. Email, maybe not, but a phone number. So we're going to want a method to contact somebody, and not everybody still, even in this day and age, has got an email address, so we'll stick with phone numbers and make that compulsory. And you'll see these little red stars are appearing, and everybody who's got a pet is likely to have an address, so we'll have address as compulsory as well. So that gives us the basic information for our starter record. Now you'll notice I'm using a free version of JotForm today, because most of the functions we're going to use are available under the free branding, but it does mean you'll see JotForm appearing on any messages, etc. that we take. Now, as a vet and on a registration form, what other information are we going to want? Well, in all probability, we'd like to know what sort of pet they've got. So we can do that by, again, using these basic elements over here and use the single choice radio button. Okay, so if we click and drag again, bring that over here, wait for it to load, and again by clicking on the cog, which is open up automatically, we'll make it required because we want them to have a pet. Type of question is here. Okay, so what pet do you have? And then under options tab here, we can put in some options. So what's it likely to be? A dog, cat, horse, rabbit, snake, or something else. Okay, so there we have the initial list of pets they may have. Now it will strike you, and it strikes me, that's very boring. Okay, so can we do anything to make it a bit more exciting, professional, whatever word you want to use? And we're going to do that, or try and do that, by using some images instead of these names here. Now on the left of the screen, you'll see we have, as well as basic and payments, a column titled widgets. So if we click on there, and there are loads and loads and loads of them. If you just scroll down through, it just keeps on going and going and going. So watch this space. Slowly but surely we'll work our way through those in these series of videos. But we're going to start with, if we type in image into the search box, and I am going to use, there's various options, but I'm going to use the image picker here. So if we scroll across and just pop it in there, and again my internet speed needs to catch up, there we go. And it will come up, I think it's with 2 images to start with. Yeah, JotForm 1 and JotForm 2. So again, on the right hand side here, let's get rid of these first of all by just pressing delete. And then add a new image. My first one is going to be called dog. Choose a file. Now I've already saved some files on my computer, so I will just drag these. I can click and drag, so one by one. Come over here, just drop the file there. Dog, call that, and save it. Then add an image. We'll call this one cat. Just again, I grab the image from my other screen, bring it over. Press save, we now have the 2, and I'm just going to do that with some other images. And there you can see, now I've loaded up 5 pets, dog, cat, horse, rabbit and snake, and also put a question mark in for other. Now, that's nicer, but it's not brilliantly formatted. So we're going to change the formatting there on this screen by clicking the cog. So at the moment the label is aligned to the top, and the label is this word, these words here, image picker. So if we align it to the left, okay, much nicer. You've got 6 boxes all lined up symmetrically there. What we also need to change on here is these words here, image picker, because that means nothing, and somewhat oddly, that's under the advanced heading here. Wouldn't have thought it's particularly advanced, but there you go. So if we click on advanced, the question text, if we just type, again, my internet's been really bad today. But I finally managed to type in, choose your pet. And the remaining thing to do is under general, change the form from required to yes, because we do want them to fill it in, and we now have choose your pet. So we can get rid of this box down here now. What pet do you have? Because we've completed that elsewhere. So delete, or remove, and there you are. So the customer, the person filling in the form now, will see this. If we go to preview form, okay, here we have it. Expand your skills. A lot of prettying up still required, still quite dull at the top half, but we made it a little bit more exciting down the bottom here, and they can fill in there, click the pet of their choice. Now, so we can submit it, I'm going to get this filled in with dummy data just by clicking on there. So good old John Smith has done it again, and I don't know, it doesn't look like they've chosen a pet, so let's have a dog and a cat, and submit. Okay, again, we'll tidy up this, make this much smarter, the acknowledgement form. But if we come out of preview mode again, and then from here, just click on where it says form builder at the moment, the little arrow to the right hand side, and go to the inbox. This is showing us that we've had 1 submission so far to our form. It's done by John Smith, and he has a dog and a cat. So as I say, that's part 1, just showing how you can use icons to make your forms look smarter, prettier, more professional, whatever your choice of word is. Just that little bit more exciting and interesting to be filled in. If you enjoyed that, please do subscribe to make sure you get future videos. Next time round, we'll look at using a bit of conditional formatting and playing around with some dates as well. So watch this space, give it a couple of days, and we'll be back. Thank you very much for listening once again.